The Supreme Muslim Council was the highest body in charge of Muslim community affairs in Mandate Palestine under British control. It was established to create an advisory body composed of Muslims and Christians with whom the High Commissioner could consult. The Muslim leaders, however, sought to create an independent council to supervise the religious affairs of its community, especially in matters relating to religious trusts and shariah courts. The British acceded to these proposals and formed the SMC, which controlled waqf funds, the orphan funds, and shariah courts, and responsible for appointing teachers and preachers. The SMC continued to exist until January 1951, when it was dissolved by Jordan and its function transferred to the Jordanian Ministry of Waqf. ASMC was reconstituted in the occupied territories in 1967 as the judicial authority of the Muslim community in Israel in matters of personal status of its members under Israel's confessional community system. There are several Supreme Muslim Councils which administer Muslim affairs in several countries, for example in the Russian Federation and Kenya. British Palestine period. The High Commissioner of Palestine, Herbert Samuel, issued an order in December 1921 establishing a Supreme Muslim Council with authority over all the Muslim waqf and shariah courts in Palestine. It was to consist of 5 members, a president and 4 members, 2 of whom were to represent the Ottoman District of Jerusalem and the remaining 2 to represent the Ottoman districts of Nablus and Acre. All were to be paid from government and waqf funds. The SMC had a budget of £50,000. At the first election, held on 9 January 1922, the 53 former electors to the last Ottoman Parliament elected Haj Amin al-Husseini as president by a vote of 40 out of 47. The other members were Muhammad Effendi Murad, Abdel Latif Bey Salah, Said al-Shawa and Abdel Latif al-Dajani. Amin al-Husseini had previously been made Grand Mufti of Jerusalem by Samuel following the death of his half-brother, Kamal al-Husseini, on 31 March 1921. Amin al-Tamimi was appointed as acting president when Amin al-Husseini was abroad. The secretaries appointed were Abdullah Shafiq and Muhammad al-Afifian. From 1928 to 1930 the secretary was Amin's relative Jamal al-Husseini, Said al-Din al-Khatib, and later another of the Amin al-Husseini's relatives, Ali al-Husseini. Aj Nuwahid Adras was an advisor. The president of SMC had the powers of employment over all Muslim officials throughout Palestine. The Anglo-American Committee termed it a powerful political machine. Amin rarely delegated authority, and most of the SMC's executive work was carried out by Amin al-Husseini. Nepotism and favoritism played a central part to Amin al-Husseini's tenure as president of the SMC. Subsequent elections were held in 1926, 1929, and 1930, though the 1926 election was annulled by the High Court of Justice and its members chosen by the mandatory government. The Arab Higher Committee was established on 25 April 1936, after the start of the 1936–39 Arab Revolt. Amin al-Husseini was president and included several members of the Supreme Muslim Council, including Jamal al-Husseini and Yaqub al-Hussein. The AHC was outlawed on 1 October 1937 following the assassination of the acting district commissioner for Galilee Louis Yelland Andras by Galilean members of the Al-Qassam group. On 26 September, the British commenced to arrest the members of the AHC, including members of the SMC who were on the AHC, but Amin al-Husseini fled the country to avoid arrest. Amin al-Husseini's position as president of the Supreme Muslim Council was terminated, but the SMC continued to function. Post-Mandate period. The SMC continued in existence under the British but was dissolved in 1948 after Jordan occupied Jerusalem. The Supreme Muslim Council was dismantled in January 1951 by Jordan, and all the Palestinian waqf and the juridical system was placed under the control of the Jordanian Ministry of Waqf. The SMC had already been crippled by the loss of vast properties in areas that became the territory of Israel. Current status. The Supreme Muslim Council was reconstituted in Jerusalem under Israeli rule after the Six-Day War in 1967. It is the judicial authority of the Muslim community in Israel in matters of personal status of its members under Israel's confessional community system. Hassan Taboub was the head of the SMC and Minister of Waqf and Religious Affairs in the Palestinian Authority. In 2006, Naif Rajoub was the Palestinian minister in charge of the Waqf. Bibliography. The Supreme Muslim Council, Islam under the British Mandate for Palestine by Uri M. Kupfer Schmidt, Brill Academic Publishers, ISBN 9004079297. A History of the Israeli-Palestinian Conflict by Mark Tesler.